This is the video series where I'm talking about the 20 signs of emotional manipulation, and as part of it is answering the question of how do you know when you should start dating again. I already went over the first 10, and as you go, as you're on my channel, you'll see one video where it would be the first 5, another video, the second video would be the next 5, which would be 10, and so we're going to start the next 5, which would be the next 15 or 15 in total. The 10th or the 11th thing is that they don't acknowledge your feelings. If you're with an individual that does not take the time to acknowledge the things that you're feeling, and part of someone acknowledging your feeling is someone that it has to be someone that is actually truly interested in you as an individual and you as a person. There's someone that sees your importance. It's someone that actually puts value on you. It's not a person that's going to just belittle you like we discussed earlier on in the first 5. It's not going to be a person that's going to belittle you. It's going to be a person that actually looks at you and sees the value that you have. And someone that sees your value is someone that's going to build you up. There's someone that's going to encourage you. And that encouragement shouldn't be one. It should be most people coming from a place of encouraging the other individual, being there as a source of emotional support and loving and kind and so on and so forth. But when you get back to it, they don't acknowledge your feelings. Not acknowledging someone's feelings, being dismissive, is telling that person that they're not important to you. So no matter how much you're telling them that you love them, if they're a person that's aware of human behavior, they're going to understand that this person, there's no way that this person can actually love me, because this person is an individual that is not willing to be open enough to be acceptable to the way that I feel. And with all of us, we feel certain things, and just because we feel it, it doesn't mean that it's true. But the point of this whole talk on these next 5 issues is someone that's at least willing to acknowledge, take note of how you're feeling concerning something or another. Are they willing to do that? If they're not, then that's showing you that you're dealing with a person that's a manipulator. That the things that they're doing for their own gain. They have their own agenda behind the things that they're doing. And the second thing is that they're going to twist your words to benefit them. There's a technique called DARVO, D-A-R-V-O. And in that particular technique, and I'm not going to get into that in this video, but if you get a chance, look up the acronyms, D-A-R-V-O. It's a psychiatrist, psychotherapist, certain people within the psycho field, I'll call it. They've come up with these acronyms. And basically all it is that a person that you're having a conversation with, they're going to turn everything around on you. They're going to deny, they're going to attack, they're going to reverse, they're going to become the victim, and so on and so forth, which I kind of went over and I wasn't going to. But the point of the matter is, if you're in a conversation with a person and you're bringing up an issue of something that is concerning you, if, like I said in the last video, if they have a backpack of all of this information that they've been storing up and saving up until this one day that you all of a sudden have a conversation with them, and then in the process of you having a conversation with them, first thing they're going to start doing, 3 months ago you did this and you did that and you did this and you did that. All of that stuff has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, because part of us having effective communication, which we talked about in the first 5, as part of the first 5 on that first video, is our effective communication. If you have effective communication, then that means that if something is bothering you, you have to bring it up to your person immediately, because that's going to build a wedge between you. It's not going to build you closer. It's going to build a separation between you. So they don't acknowledge your feelings. The next thing is they're going to twist your words to benefit them. If they're twisting your words to benefit them, then they are not considering you. If they are not considering you, then you need to run. You need to get out of it as soon as possible, because that is a person, unless it's a person that once you finally bring it to their attention this last time and they change their ways and they're willing to start working on it and to start doing, because if not, then you're going to be in a very unhealthy, unbalanced relationship where you're doing all of the giving. You're doing all of the emotional giving. You're putting yourself out there. You're giving to this person, but you're not going to be getting anything back in return. This is part of where the problem is. You're giving and giving everything you have. You're unloading. You're giving to this person, but they're not giving you anything back. You're getting resistance. That resistance is part of the manipulation. The person that you're working with should not be rowing the opposite way of you, because you're both in the same boat. If you're rowing in opposite directions, you're just going to row around in a circle. You're not going to get anything accomplished. So it only makes sense. It only makes sense. 13, they'll try to embarrass or humiliate you. A person that's willing to embarrass or humiliate you and then tell you that they love you is not telling you the truth. Because a person that embarrasses or humiliates you embarrasses and humiliates themselves, because you two are combined. You two are joined together. You're not separate. You're joined together. You're working on this thing together. So if they're embarrassing and humiliating you, that's a person that cannot have truly good intent towards you. This is why our communication, effective communication, me telling my person the things that I am uncomfortable with that should be just standard across the board. It's not something that where you're going above and beyond. This is just basic courtesy, basic emotional maturity, just basic maturity. Are they mature enough to handle these things? That's the question. So they shouldn't be embarrassing you or bringing shame to you. They spread lies to paint you in bad light. If you end up breaking up with a person like this, they're going to definitely bring light. They're definitely going to spread lies and bring light to things concerning that relationship. And part of it is because they were probably never sold out and never fully in the relationship with you. They were there in body, but they weren't truly there in spirit. They weren't there because, and this is why I say it's beneficial. It's only beneficial if you both are in it together. If you both are working on this thing together. If you're working on it alone, then you're going to feel like you're alone. Energetically, you're going to feel like you're alone. But they're going to spread lies and paint you in bad light. If you go through a process because you've been in a relationship with someone that is in the behavior of a narcissist, they will do a major smear campaign on you. But I'm the type of person, I believe that a smear campaign is one of the most beneficial things that you could ever go through. Because what it will do is it will show you the people that you can trust around your life. It'll show you those that have your back. It'll show you those that love you. It'll show you those that trust you. It'll show you those that believe in you. It'll show you those that you can trust from that point forward. Because if people are willing to believe a story about you and never come to you and ask you and acknowledge you, then they are people that are very, very low vibration. There are people that are waiting for some type of salacious news or some type of salacious information because they want to see your downfall. Anybody that loves you and that's concerned about you and that really care about you, they're going to come to you and they're going to ask you. They're going to consider you. Or they're just going to stay out of it and mind their business because they're going to come from the mindset that this don't have anything to do with me. It don't have anything to do with me. 15, they're going to leave you in such a way that you're going to look crazy and feel like you're crazy. Because of what? Because of the emotional manipulation. Because this is what's taking place if you're with one of these people. They are emotionally manipulating you. Because and what they're doing is they're controlling your mind. This is why part of the process of you coming out of something like this is understanding and you getting you seeing the importance of healing is you understanding that all of these things that were done were things to try to destroy you. Part of it was energetically, but part of it was emotionally, but part of it was spiritually too. One of the biggest decisions that you could ever get in is the decision of who you're going to get involved with as far as a relationship. Who should you trust with your heart? If you're seeing these signs in a person when you're dating them, if I were you, I would run away. I would run away. This is not the time and day where you should try to be Captain Save or whatever, or Queen Save or whatever. Save yourself. Because if you go through one of these relationships and get in a relationship with a person like this, there's a real good chance that this person will betray you because they are a master. Even if they're not a master manipulator, they are a manipulator. And their manipulation isn't for your benefit. Their manipulation is for their benefit. And you're going to feel the repercussions from that. And once you start really getting in tune with what you're feeling and where you are, you're going to go through that's where your PTSD and these different things come from, is because you're going to go through part of the trauma will come at the end of this relationship. Post-traumatic stress, this part of that trauma. And this is why I say that you would have to go through a process of just learning how to re-regulate your nervous system because of the stuff that you've been through with this individual. Because of all of the lies and all of the deception and all of the things that were done behind your back. When you start really understanding just how manipulative this individual was. Dr. Jordan Peterson said, and I quote in a video, and I'm quoting one of his videos, is that he says that most people have the strength to overcome when someone betrays them. we're strong enough to overcome a basic betrayal. But it's another thing when it's malevolent. And when he used that malevolent, he was basically saying that represents someone that actually is calculated in their plan to try to destroy you. The plan of everything that they're doing is to destroy you, is to harm you, is to hurt you. That is a different level. That's a person that in their mind that they have conjured up thoughts and things to try to destroy you. And if you're coming from a place where you can't relate to that, sometimes by not being able to relate to that, because I can't relate to that. I'm not able to relate to that. So I would always make a note in my mind that, I would never do that. So because my thought was that I would never do that, there's no way that another person would do that. But that wasn't true. Everybody's different. Everybody's makeup and everybody's thought process is different. We're not all the same. And in closing, I appreciate every single one of you that tuned in. Again, my name is Arnold Alston. I'm a certified relationship trauma coach with John Maxwell. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Like I always say, I believe in you, but you got to believe in yourself. Thanks. Talk to you soon.